We're at part 10 of this game already. Hello everyone, welcome back to more Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. My name is Billy12510. I'm going to try and sound as upbeat as possible because I really need to be cheered up right now. Anyway, last time we did chapter 4, so let's get on to chapter 5 and not screw up. The hell is that? Probably just my chair. Anyway, chapter 5, Flight. Flight is in the essence of flight meaning running, not flight meaning flying. Just checking to see if you got that. Wait. So apparently the lady we rescued in the last chapter is awake now. I don't know why I paused. Wait. Let's greet our guest. Oh, she's fine. That's all that matters. Game over. You're the one who came to my aid, are you not? I don't know how to thank you. Well, first off, you shouldn't be even thanking him. Please, that's not Lord Ike, was it? Give my gratitude. That's all you'll get. At least for a few chapters. Anyway, it's interview time. What were you doing there? Place where you was the site of a battle between Crimean and Daein forces. Remember, they're at war now. We discovered that in one of the last episodes, last chapter, I guess. Promises we may be able to help you. Will you share your story with us? Took me and cared for me. I will place my trust in you. I love the slight hesitation. Like, well, you took me in and you cared for me. You seem like you might be trustworthy. I don't know. Her name is Elincia Rydell Crimea, the daughter of King Ramon of Crimea. So she's basically laying claim to the Princess of Crimea right now. Or that title, I guess I'd call it. Yeah, exactly, as you just said. Thanks, Grail. An odd claim to make. I've never heard of King Crimea having any children. That is to be expected. My heritage, my very existence has never been made public. Sounds odd. You'd think a princess would be known. But her existence was kept secret to avoid national turmoil. I was born after my uncle, Lord Renning, was named the successor to the throne. So they kept you a secret to avert a possible blood feud. That makes sense. People have been killed for less, I suppose. So let's believe your story. You must know what's become of the king and your uncle. I'd like to hear the news. My father and my mother are dead. They fell from the hand of Ashnard, king of Daein. Lord Uncle Renning and the Royal Knights are still battling the Daein Army, I believe. I fled the castle to follow my Lord Uncle's orders and seek refuge in the kingdom of Gallia. Beast Country, as it will soon be called. Believed King Kinagus? I'm gonna go with Kinagus. Better than Genghis, I guess. I don't know. Ah, screw it. Away. So she was going there, and they were discovered by Daein troops, and the royal guard got slaughtered. And then we met up. Told the royals of each nation were informed of my identity in the event of dire circumstances. So So basically, we now have a bullseye on our heads because we have the Princess of Crime that Daein is apparently hunting for whatever reason now. Lover spoke to her as if he believed she were telling the truth. Got an eye for character, that Grail. In the past, back when you were still a Crimean Royal Knight. Yeah, Titania used to be in the Royal Knights. In fact, her boss quote with Majin, the boss in the last chapter, alludes to her past slightly. And apparently Shiina and some of the others are talking about it too. Keep such loose tongues. Like how the men are the ones with loose tongues. Eh, better than loose anything else, I suppose. Can't believe I said that. Wow. Wait, I'm just anti-reading now. She does bear a striking resemblance to both the king and queen. She also bears a slight resemblance to Renning. The only reason I say that is because both of them had greenish hair. At least I think Renning's hair is green. It may be slightly black and green. I don't know. Wait. Oh, great. We're under attack, too. Okay. So maybe I can get this done within 10 minutes. Oh. They're trying to surround us. This is not good. Group meeting! Everyone, assemble, now! What are the Daein dogs saying? Turn over Princess Crimea and leave the area immediately. Comply now or we will attack. Pretty straightforward. What are we gonna do? That's why we're all here. Let us discuss. One thing's been made clear by the arrival of our friends outside. I would say this confirms her identity as Princess Crimea, wouldn't you? What do we do now? Let's hear the opinions. Wait, Titania's saying the blame for this war rests on Daein. If we ally ourselves with them, the company's reputation will suffer. Conversely, if we deliver Princess Crimea safely, our stock will rise in the eyes of our primary employers. Our road's clear. There's nothing to think about. We must deliver the princess to Daein immediately. So Titania and Soren are often at opposite each other with these kinds of things, I've noticed. But still though, he's saying we should hand over Princess Crimea to the Daein troops, even though Crimea is completely in the right in this conflict. Which I don't think makes sense. Oh wait. We are mercenaries. Our actions are dictated only by self-interest. If we want to ensure our future, we need Daein in our debt. They will win this war, after all. Nothing else serves us better. Shiina and Gachi get to speak now. Jen's like, Soren's a pompous, superior whelp, but he's got the right idea. Besides, the destination's Gallia, so it's a moot question. I don't care how much we get paid. There's no way under the sun I'm going to stinking beast country. I'll elaborate more on Shinon's opinions in a bit. Like a few chapters down the road. Anyway. So here's a character trait of Gottri's coming up. Gottri's a bit of a womanizer. Gotch. Just never change, Gottri. He's like he's so caught up in it. And he's like, yeah, whatever you decide to do, Commander, I'm alright with. Which always helps, by the way. He's like, what do you want to do? Who, I don't know, what do you want to do? I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Well, that doesn't help at all. I still don't know what to do. Anyway, Oscar and Boyd are going to agree with Titania here. Turn the princess over to Daein Army, then we're essentially giving them permission to kill her. I'm in favor of helping her. That's what heroes are supposed to do. Reese? None of this hinges on whether she's a princess or not. Refusing to aid someone in need is not something we should ever do. That's what I think. Reese is kind. I like Reese's answer there. Here. I may hate him, like, unit-wise I hate Reese, but he has a few choice lines of dialogue and his personality save him a bit, I guess. Because Reese is completely right in this situation. Like, who cares if she's a princess or not? She needs help, let's help her. That makes sense. And Ike's gonna agree with Titania. Most of the group will agree with what Titania has to say. And Grail's like, we escort the princess to Gallia, and Soren and Shion are visibly upset at this. But here's the reason why. The choice is taken out of our hand. I don't hear a thing. Idiot! That's the problem. Don't you think that's a bit odd? Complete silence in all four directions. That's what you're talking about. Not only are the animals quiet, but the bugs are silent too. That is unnatural beyond belief. Which means... What the... How can you tell that? That doesn't make any sense. We're surrounded. The soldiers aren't waiting for an answer. They've already decided to attack. It would appear they had no intention of keeping their side of the proposed bargain. The bastards! Anyway. Planning on luring us into a false sense of security and destroying every one of us. I think I summed up my opinion on this already. Deal is, we're not so naive or inexperienced as to fall for their trap. Everyone take your positions. We're gonna settle this now. Or in the next episode, because this took about 13 minutes to do. So, Grail is basically just going to go off and be a badass and guard the rear entrance all by himself. Now, reporting insert, mercenaries have taken up arms and formed up in the Bailey. They've sniffed out our plan, have they? Which means they're not an opponent that will be easily fooled. They'll need something special. Anyway. Princess grab me somewhere from that fort. We use flaming arrows to try to smoke them out and we may bring the princess to harm. Deliver her alive and uninjured. Further come on introduced. Play all but the princess. Their plan is basically, if I can view the map, everybody rush in through this entrance! Like, 2 at a time, rushing through this entrance. This is our plan of attack. Oh, well. So, the objective of this map, and I'm gonna cut it in about a minute or two, because this is gonna take about 15 minutes, just doing prep stuff again. Objective is to guard this square. If any enemy unit gets on this square, it is immediate game over. You may want to use a unit like Shinon or Titania, just leave them on this square. If you're playing on hard. Normal mode, it's pretty easy to just like jam up these areas. There'll be some guys coming in through the west, but for the most part, you'll have to deal with these guys in the south. Here's our boss, Dakova. He has an Ashera icon, which is a stat booster for luck, I believe. Yep, it is for luck. Anyway. We have a lot of soldiers again. There's a few sorties, a few archers, but mostly soldiers. This guy has a hammer. It's a weapon that is good against generals and knights. This guy has no speed. It has a weight of 20. So you need to cap your strength stat, because caps for stats are generally at 20, with the exception of HP, which is at 40 for most units. For most tier 1 units. Like, basically, everyone that's not Shinon and Titania. Yeah. You need to cap your strength to not get weighed down by the hammer. The hammer's an axe. Anyway. It's an axe. Why? I don't know. Oh well. Let's get started, I guess. Actually, you know what? Shit. I just realized, like, you still have the hand axe. This was supposed to go to you a long time ago, Boyd. God, managing items is a nightmare right now. There we go. So what you want to do is have Oscar and Gotri like guard this entrance, and have the others head to the western entrance. Soren you want in like both areas. Oh, wow, nice dodge, Boyd. I have Boyd there. I usually always put Boyd here. It's not recommended, but I always do that. Because I like Boyd getting experience. It's just a good idea in general. Alright, so... I'm just having trouble hearing this. I'm going pretty smoothly besides the fact that I can't hear what's going on. This is a good start. I say it's a good start, or only because I haven't had anyone get killed yet. No one has the javelin, to my knowledge, so... Because I may have thrown it away. In fact, I'm pretty sure I threw the, javelin away. I may have wanted to turn off Titania's animation, because we won't be seeing that. We got Lance Knight v Lance Knight action right now. Riveting! Ooh, this is not looking good for Boyd. Suicide! Yes! That's basically the only reason this guy I came in. He committed suicide but dealt damage to Boyd. That was his only reason for existing. Here what we got? HP, strength, skill, speed, luck. Not bad at all. Okay, good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Now I can heal. Now I can get Boyd healed. More attacking Oscar. I really handicapped myself this one, didn't I? If I hadn't... So sweet, I apparently can't shoot over the wall. That's great. That's great design, game. Sit there. I'm really just thinking at this point. It's weird. Let me pull this out. Okay. Kinda knew that was going to happen. The only thing I'm worried about is this sword guy just coming in and kicking Boyd's ass. In fact, let me